students. Today we'll again continue with Unit 2, but the topic is new, topic number 5, which is duty of what. Good morning, students. Today we'll again continue with Unit 2, but the topic is new, topic number 5, which is duty of water, relationship between duty, delta, and base period. So this is lecture number 9. So first topic is factors affecting the duty of water. So the first factor is climatic and season. As stated earlier, duty includes the water lost in evaporation and percolation. These losses will vary with the season. Hence, duty varies from season to season and also from time to time in the same season. So the figures for duties which we generally express are their average values considered over the entire crop period. Second is useful rainfall. If some of the rain falling directly over the irrigated land is useful for the growth of the crop, then so much less irrigation water will be required to mature the crop. More the useful rainfall, less will be the requirement of irrigation water, and hence more will be the duty of irrigation water. The third point is type of soil. If the permeability of the soil under the irrigated crop is high, the water loss due to percolation will be more and hence the duty will be less. Therefore, for sandy soils where the permeability is more, the duty of water is less. The fourth point is the efficiency of cultivation method. If the cultivation method, which includes tillage and irrigation, is faulty or is problematic and is also less efficient, it results in the wastage of water. So this duty of water will naturally be less since it results in the wastage of water. So if the irrigation water is used economically, then the duty of water will improve as the same quantity of water would be able to irrigate more area. Cultivators should therefore be trained and educated properly so as to use the irrigation water economically. Next topic is importance of duty. So what is the importance of duty? So it helps us in designing an efficient canal irrigation system. Canal irrigation system, this topic we will discuss in the upcoming units. So knowing the total available water at the end of a main canal and the overall duty for all the crops required to be irrigated in different seasons of the year, the area which can be irrigated can be worked out. Inversely, if we know the crops area required to be irrigated and their duties, we can work out the discharge required for designing the channel. So here I've shown you the standard values for the base period of seasons. So the base period for Kharif crop is 123 days, the base period for Rabi crop is 122 days, and the base period for HW. So don't confuse HW, it is hot weather crops, it is 120 days. So now, when we find out the average duty per year, I have shown you how you can find it out. So this 0.5, 0.7 and 1.2, these are the fixed values for Kharif crop, Rabi crop and hot weather crops. Next is the relation between duty and delta. So let us consider a crop which has a base period of B days. So let us consider 1 cubic of water which is applied to this particular crop on the field for how many days? B days. So now the volume of water applied to this crop during these B days is calculated as below. So it comes out to be 86,400 B. This relationship I have already shown you in our last class. So you can go over it if you have forgotten. The next is by definition of duty, that is D. 1 cubic meter supplied for B days matures D hectares of land. So therefore this quantity of water, that is the volume, matures D hectares of land or 10 to the power 4 D square meter of area. So total depth of water applied on this land becomes volume divided by area. So volume is 86,400 B and area is 10 to the power 4 D. So which is equal to 8.64 B by D meters. So from centimeter, it has turned converted to meters. So by definition, this total depth of water is called delta. Therefore, delta is equal to 8.64 B by D meters, or in centimeter, it can be written as delta is equal to 864 B by D centimeter. So where delta is in centimeter, B, that is base period, is in days, and D, that is duty, it is in hectares per cubic. So you should note down the formula or the relationship of delta and duty. It is important for you all to solve the numerical problems. So the first problem I cited here is find the delta for sugarcane when its duty is given as 730 hectares per cubic on the field and the base period is given as 110 days. So first, in solving any numerical sum, we have to first write given. So given D is equal to 730 hectares per cubic, base period is equal to 110 days, and therefore delta, since we are asked to find delta, therefore delta is equal to 864 B whole divided by D centimeter. So when you substitute the values, you get the delta for sugarcane as 130.1 centimeter. Okay. So next question number 2, again we have to find the delta of the crop whose duty is given as 834 hectares per cubic and the base period of the crop is 120 days. After writing the given, then we deduct the values, then we substitute the values and we find the answer which is found to be 120 centimeter. All you have to do is just remember the formula for delta while solving the simple sums. So the third question is, so in a block of jowar is a crop, okay? So during 6 periods of supply totaling to 120 hours during 18 June to 5th October, total volume supplied was 354 into 10 to the power 5 meter cube. If the block area is 78 hectares, what will be their duty? So in this question, we have to find out the duty of the crop named jowar, whose period is given as 6, time is given as 120 hours, and the duration of this growing of the jowar crop is 18 June to 5th October. The total volume given is 3.54 into 10 to the power 5 meter cube, and the block area is given as 78 hectares. So now we have to find out duty. So as usual, we have to write the given. So given it is a 6 periods of 120 hours, duration is 18 June to 5 October, volume supplied is equal to 3.54 into 10 to the power 5 meter cube. Area of jowar is equal to 78 hectares. Therefore, for calculation of duty, we have to adopt the standard base period. What is the standard base period? It is 123 days. So discharge, that is volume for base period, is volume by base period is the formula meter cube by second. So when you substitute the values, we find the answer as 0.033 cumex. So therefore, finally, we can deduct duty. So what is the formula for duty? Duty is equal to area irrigated by discharge. So area irrigated was given as 78 hectares. So 78 divided by the discharge that we found out, 0.033. So the answer is 2,364 hectares per cubic. You can note down the sum if you want to. So the next topic is core watering. So what is core watering? So the first watering, which is done when the crop has grown to about 3 centimeters, this type of watering is known as core watering. Next is core depth. The depth of water applied for the core watering is called core depth. Number 3 is core period. What is core period? The period during which core watering is done is known as core period. So this is your assignment for lecture 9. So here I've given two questions, okay? The first one I've given, what are the measures for improving duty of water? I repeat, the first question is, what are the measures for improving the duty of water? Okay. Number second question is, 245 hectares of sugarcane was irrigated by 0.5, 0.7 and 1.2 cubic discharge during Kharif, Rabi and hot weather season. So what will be the average duty per season and average duty and overall average duty of sugarcane? So here you have to find out two conditions, average duty per season and overall average duty of sugarcane. Okay, so this too is your assignment. You can complete it and you can submit it to me. Uh, by 5th.
Hello and welcome to Engineer Hash Civil Engineer. In this video, I'm going to talk about duty and delta. These two terms are very much important in irrigation engineering. So let's understand the difference between duty and delta. Duty is the irrigation capacity of one unit of water. For example, 3 cubics of water is required for 5,100 hectares of land during the entire crop growth. Here, the duty of the water is known as 5,100 by 3 is known as it is 1,700 hectares. Here, the duty of 1 cubic of water is 1,700 hectares. This 1,700 hectares is known as the duty of 1 cubic of land in that area. So this duty gives the relation between area of the crop irrigated and the quantity of water required during the entire crop growth. This is known as duty. And here cubic means meter cube per second and 1 hectare is 10,000 meter square. And delta. Delta is the total depth of water required by a crop during the entire crop growth. If you, for example, you take a crop and you have to water it about 12 times, and every time you have to water it for 10 centimeters depth. So this 10 centimeters into 12 waterings, multiply it, you get 120 centimeters of water, total watering of 120 centimeters during its entire crop period. Then this 120 centimeters of water is known as delta, delta of that crop. So let's revise. Duty means what is the area that can be irrigated with 1 unit of water, that is duty. And what is the total quantity of water required by a crop, that is known as delta. And here are some important data, data of delta of certain important crops in India. You please take a note if you like. And thank you for watching this video. If you understand the difference between. Hello and welcome to Engineer Hash Civil Engineer. In this video, I'm going to talk about core watering, core depth, and core period. Core watering is the first watering done after crops have grown a few centimeters height. Such watering is known as core watering. First of all, you plow the field, you sow the crop, and you water it. And then the crop starts to grow. After a growth of few centimeters height, you again need to water it. Such watering is known as core watering. And this few centimeters can be around 3 or 4 centimeters. And the depth of water applied during core watering is known as core depth. And the period within the base period which core watering is done, such period is known as core period. And I think you know about base period. Base period is nothing but it is the period between the first watering done to the crop and the last watering done to the crop. Such period is known as base period. And basically, the importance of this core watering is nothing but during the initial stages, water requirement of a crop is very high. And this water requirement gradually goes on decreasing when crop reaches the maturity period. So the irrigation channels should be designed basing on the discharge required for core watering. That is the importance, or that is the major principle behind core watering. So with this video, if you understand core watering, core period, and hello and welcome to Engineer Hash Civil Engineer. In this video, I'm going to discuss about crop period and base period. So if you look at the crop period, it is the time period that elapses between sowing of a crop and harvesting of a crop is known as crop period. The time period that elapses between sowing of a crop to harvesting of a crop is known as crop period. Sowing is what you do after the preparation of the land. You sow the seeds and you will get the crop. Harvesting is when the crop reaches maturity, you cut the crop, that is known as harvesting. So the time period that elapses between sowing of a crop and harvesting of a crop is known as crop period. With the explanation, if you understand the basic concept of crop period, please don't forget to hit like button and you can subscribe my channel Engineer Hash. And if you look at the base period, the time gap between first watering and last watering of a crop is known as base period. This base period is related to watering. The time period between first watering and last watering is known as base period. Usually, the crop period is more than the base period. They are two different terms. So, with the explanation, if you understand the basic concepts of crop.